everybody, this is Amy Thompson Tarot. Welcome back to another pick a card reading. This is something that I have never done before. This is a timeless reading. It is general. However, I'm going to be channeling messages from the deceased. If you have anybody in your life who has passed away, or even people who are potentially in your lineage, or somebody who like in your ancestry line. It could be somebody that you might not have been directly related to, like somewhere in your past, but not too many generations ago. Okay, so somebody that most likely it's going to be people that you have known personally, but it might be like, you know, maybe a grandparent who died when you were young, or even a great-grandparent who might have died before you were born, that kind of thing. Aunts, uncles, friends, brothers, sisters, all of that. Now, this is timeless. So as of today is actually October 31st. It's Halloween, and it is a blue moon, right? And this type of moon that is tonight is one that doesn't happen very often. It's like every 30 years or so. And then also, it's said that the spiritual energy is really heightened today. Like, I feel it. I definitely feel it. I've wanted to concentrate more on my work, like my practical stuff, and I was really called to give this reading today. And so yeah, it's like like the layer between the spiritual and the physical world is apparently very thin today. So there are going to be a lot of people who are quite emotional as well, and going through different types of experiences. So yeah, and people are often emotional on full moons as well. Just because of the way that it impacts like the water on the planet and within our bodies and all of that too. So yeah, welcome to the reading. I have 5 piles to choose from. All right. So whichever pile you feel drawn to is going to be the pile that you should select. You might want to select more than one if there's like more than one that is calling to you. I'm going to do my best to find out information about these people so that you have an idea about who they are, and then also messages that are specifically for you from them. Okay, so let's get into it. This is pile number 1. This is pile number 2. This is pile number 3. This is pile number 4. And this is pile number 5. So take a minute, tune into the energies of these cards, see which ones resonate with you. There will be timestamps down below in the description box. So just go down and click on the timestamp. And also, if you want to book a private reading with me so that you can get a bit more information and something that's specific for you, you'll also find a link to my calendar where you can book it right in there. And I've got different monthly specials and things in there too. So yes, I will see you in your reading. Okay, if you chose pile number 1, this is your reading. Okay, I'm going to be pulling different decks for different energies, and then I'm going to just I'll pull all the cards right now, and then I'll give you all of the information. Okay, so just bear with me while I pull these cards. Again, like I said, this is my first time doing pick a card for channeling deceased. I mean, I've channeled deceased people. It's not something that I tell people that I do often, because it's very, it's something I want to get more practice in. Okay, I'm just going to say that. It's like I do it, but it's almost like when I do it, it's not always been... like intentionally when I've been calling upon people, and today I'm actually calling upon them. So I'm very excited about this, and please, in the comment box when we're all done, let me know if these things resonate with you or not. If there are things that completely don't resonate with you, then choose another pile, okay? Because some things are going to be very specific for people. All right, so group number 1, what messages do they have from deceased people? Oh, okay, great. So, got some there. I'm not going to show you what they are yet. I'm going to give you, you know what? I might as well show you what they are. Okay. You've got conclusions are within reach. A full moon eclipse to the right. And it's awesome that today's a full moon and you've got a full moon eclipse. You've got transformation. You've got mystery. You've got instinct in reverse. You have imagination in reverse and sensitivity in reverse. I'm feeling drawn to pull a few more cards. This one's from the reverse tarot, or vice versa tarot. That's what it's called. Yes, perfect. And I'm going to pull one more. Okay. I just want to double check that's Queen of Wands. Yes. That's in reverse. There we go. Okay, I hope you can see everything. If not, I'm gonna put things in the screen too. Okay, so the message I'm getting for you is that there was somebody who I'm getting that they were related to you and you knew them. They were very, very hard-headed. I'm getting, even though there are some females in this, I'm getting that it's actually a male energy. That somebody who really had very strong opinions and very, like, they were very secure and solid in their ideas, and you might not have agreed with their ideas and they might not have agreed with yours. But they have been watching you as you transform and go through your life. I'm getting that this is either a parental figure or a grandparent figure, somebody who is very, very concerned about, like, your well-being, not in a way that there's anything wrong. It's like just somebody who has interest in watching you succeed in your life, but they still have thoughts and opinions and things like that. So I'm getting the vibe that they're, like, watching you closely to see how you do things and see what you do, and not meaning to, like, freak anybody out or anything. It's not like it's not a bad energy. It's just like an observant kind of parent thing. Like, and for some people, it's almost like a best friend or business partner, some kind of, like, counterpart who is, like, really, like, you know, somebody who wants to stand solid and have your back and have things really, really go well for you. They know that there's something that you're working on within your life right now, and they are communicating a message that that what's happening, and so I'm getting the message that there's a crossroads. There's something that's happening in your life that, you know, things are coming to a head. There are decisions to be made. You don't necessarily have all of the answers, but it's like it's time that all of these pieces for these ideas are manifesting, and that very soon you're going to have an outcome resolved for the situation that you're in. But also they want you to be strong, be powerful, be like, be confident in who you are and your knowing. They want you to transform anything. I'm getting the word growth, and I'm thinking like get your energy from the sun, grow tall, stand tall, be proud. I'm looking at this transformation thing. Okay, so in this transformation, it's a snake, and inside the eye of the snake, it's very, very cool. It looks almost like another picture inside the snake's eye, but it's also got a wheel around the top that, you know, could be a mandala, but it also looks more like a sunflower. And then it's also got these, like, sharp, flowery looking images all around it, right? So as you transform and you grow, they want you to, like, really, like, look up as if you're like growing tall like a sunflower, but also understand that you're there to nourish and feed others. So yeah, there's really solid confidence and knowing that you're going to be able to provide for the things and the people that you need to take care of. Okay. This person enjoyed puzzles. Okay. They enjoyed getting to know people. They enjoyed finding out about what makes people tick, and they also looked for opportunities to pick fights or argue with people. I know that not everything is going to resonate with everybody, okay? Because this is a general reading. So if there are little things that don't resonate, then that's a message for somebody else. But this person, it was like, because they were very opinionated and they were very strong and they kept a lot of things to themselves, or they kept a lot of things hidden. But what they really enjoyed doing was, like, finding loopholes and things and finding ways that they could channel energies and be powerful and win arguments. Okay. So again, I'm channeling all this stuff. They're saying that they were regretful of not having as wide open an imagination as you. Okay. One of the reasons why they were so opinionated was because they were very like they were very stuck in their ideas and unwilling to back down from arguments. They didn't want to lose. They saw things as being like a less than, weaker than thing. So even though they could have thought differently, sometimes they did. They really are lit up by the fact that you have a much more open mind than them. Yeah, so they really appreciate and acknowledge you for your imagination, and they can see that when you stand tall and you use your imagination, you're going to fly. They still want to be here to be solid and support you, and they're watching very closely. They're very strong people, very strong-willed people. In fact, they used to get upset with you, and this could be like, again, this is like ancestors who you may or may not have known, but they got upset with you sometimes for how sensitive you were, right? And they wanted to toughen you up and stuff like that. So the message that they're saying now is that your sensitivity is actually a gift, and that they didn't understand that at the time before. So the fact that you are sensitive, it's actually going to play into your favor later. So if there were ever any judgments or anything that hurt your feelings or anything like that, they want to apologize for all of that stuff and all of their hard-headedness. All right. Now you've got the Queen of Wands. It was inverse, and oops, that's so wrong. Okay, great. So it's the Queen of Wands in inverse, and yeah. So again, I'm channeling this, so this is not for everybody, but some of the people who have passed, they did make fun of some people's looks or some people's like social status or some people's economic status, things like that. They often wanted to see themselves as better than other people. Deep down, it was coming from like an insecurity, not seeing how like they had a lot of things going for them. So they might have come across as very domestic and very vibrant, they might have come across kind of like they had things together, but a lot of people in their life kind of knew that was not necessarily the case. Some people knew it, some people didn't. And regardless, they want to apologize if there was anything that they had said that came across as arrogant, self-centered. A lot of the things that they did in their life came from insecurities. They're wanting you to know that you are strong and beautiful exactly as you are, and you don't need to have anything, you don't need to let any of those other things go against you. So if things come up and somebody says something and it hurts your feelings and whatnot, they really, really want you to understand that that's coming from somebody else's insecurity too. Like these people are really like looking back at life lessons, things they got, and they're trying to give you some guidance and advice for your life. So they want you to be strong again, stand firm in your belief, but don't be so hard-headed like they were, where you wouldn't listen, like where they wouldn't listen to other people's opinions and thoughts. It's like they were very close-minded. They want you to maintain an open mind and grow and transform, be strong. Okay. Also, they've got, there's the Three of Swords in reverse. You've got the Seven of Cups upright and the Six of Cups upright. All right. So, yeah, again, they did keep a lot of secrets. There's like a lot of regret, but it's not like a painstaking regret. It's like, had they have known and trusted that they were able to share openly and be safe, they would have been much more open and appreciative of hearing other people out. And again, it's like they often felt like if they didn't hide or keep secrets or do things like that, somebody was going to stab them in the back. Maybe they had been stabbed in the back. Maybe they even stabbed you in the back. There's something about backstabbing. But regardless, it's like they understand now that all of that stuff was unneeded. It was like, they really did, like, they've supported you all along, but they didn't necessarily come across like they supported you. They would like to admit and have their memory honored and stuff by like clearing up the past for anything that they did in their life when they didn't have the vision that they have now. It's like they're an expanded, transformed being, even though they're in the spiritual realm. but it's like they want to clear any hurts that they did for other people, or anything that other people did, like whatever anybody did to them, like they totally forgive them. Like it's literally like water off a duck's back. It's all in the past. There's no hurt. There's no sadness and envy or anything. There is a little bit of regret for not knowing this earlier, because I think they could have made a bigger and better impact in your life and in the world of others, right? So regardless, there's a little bit of regret, but it's not like they're not attached to it, because they're doing, you know, they're feeling good. They're highly energetic and vibrant spiritual beings, and the message is really for you to like stand confident even in your sensitive open-mindedness. Yeah. So then you got the Seven of Cups. Okay. Courage and inner strength. They just want you to know that you have that. All right. And they believe in you with everything that you're doing. They really do. In this picture, it's like there are 6 cups on the shelf, and then there's a skeleton who took one of the cups off the shelf, and this is them looking at you with like admiration for you, you know, being somebody who can be yourself. All right. Because in their life, they were not themselves. They were their persona. And you, if you knew them, you got to see them in times that they were themselves. Like you knew that there were times that you really connected. If you did not know them, they really wish that they had an opportunity to show you who they were instead of having you just hear about them. Okay. Also the 6 of Cups. Right. And again, like some of these people died when you were very young, so you might have met them, but not really known them. So you live kind of like through stories of people. And then the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups is like, it's a beautiful, beautiful, it's a joyous card. It's like really good feelings. It's memory. It's nostalgia. It's like, you know, this woman, she's walking and she's got 6 cups, and she's walking by a flower stand, and she's watching as the water's shaking and moving everywhere, but she's kind of like, she's moving, and she looks like she's moving quickly. She kind of looks like she might be dancing a little bit, but so there's water splashing everywhere, but she seems to be very like happy and, you know, like just having fun, like a little bit more carefree, right? So, they also want you to know just to have a good time. Like, have a good time, let go of anything that is in the past. If there's anybody who you are concerned about, either being secretive or backstabbing or whatnot, recognize that all of this comes from people's insecurities. And just like the better you can stand in your own truth and who you are in your own truth, the less you're going to care about other people's insecurities. Like the less those little things are going to bother you, and they won't build up and they won't get really big. So if you're dealing with something with other people, some kind of, I don't know, vision or project or idea you're putting together, or even some family thing that you're trying to work out, or a friend conflict. I'm getting a friend conflict really strong for some people. In business. Yeah, like there's some kind of like negotiation or something that's happening. Just stand in what you believe in, who you are. Allow yourself to be sensitive. If somebody hurts your feelings, just know it's coming from their ego, and it's really not anything for you. So brush off that energy and allow yourself to like just be who you are, okay? Because you are very supported and admired by this person who has passed. And when I said it's a male energy, it may or may not be male. It's just they have a lot of like strong-willed energy. So the gender of the person is really irrelevant. There is a lot of like feminine aspects of this. You know, you've got you've got a few females in here, but you've also got a lot of like strongness. So could be either gender, but they were very much in their masculine energy when they were alive. And they're wanting to appreciate you for your feminine energy, as well as support you in being strong and, maintaining your masculine as well. Okay. I hope you really enjoyed that. That was my very first, pick a card for channeling a deceased person for you guys. Okay. So if it did resonate, please message in the comments, because I would like to know whether I should be doing this more often for people or not. Okay? Thanks so much. You can always like and comment and subscribe too. That always helps too. if you chose group number 2, pile number 2, this is your pile. All right, so I'm going to be pulling cards, and just keep in mind, this is a timeless reading, and I don't know who we're going to be channeling today, so I'm going to do my best to give you exactly the messages for you. If it does not resonate for some reason, try a different pile, all right? Because I am new at channeling for a large collective group of people, the deceased, okay? And yeah, so let's just get into this and see what you have. All right, group number 2. What messages? First off, I want to know who is coming through and then what messages they have. So I'm going to pull all these cards and we'll see. Who wants to communicate with group number 2? Perfect. And what messages do you have for them? Okay. Oh wow, that one really wanted to communicate. That one jumped out and was on the floor. Okay, anything else from this deck? No. I'm going to be pulling a bunch of cards, just whatever Spirit is telling me to get, and then I will do your reading, okay? Alright, so we've got this one. Sorry, I couldn't tell there for a minute. I had to really listen to see which way they wanted me to have that card. Okay. Which deceased person or people want to come through for group number 2? What messages are there? And then anything else that you want them to know. Okay. So, you got a balsamic moon in reverse. You got the 4 of Pentacles upright. You got the Emperor to the left. You've got the 2 of Swords to the right. You have Quiet to the right. You have I can earn money by doing what I love to do to the right. The physical me is materialized spirit to the right. And Liberation, or the goddess Kali, upright. Number 25. Okay, so give me a moment just to tune into these energies, okay? Okay, so the person that is coming through is somebody who spent a lot of time, like they were an introvert, definite introvert. They really liked to, they would come out and be around people for a very short time. So it's not like they completely avoided people, but they really liked a lot of the time on their own. They, yeah, they were solid in, like, they were solid and grounded in the fact that they had maintained a certain level of professionalism. Like they did pretty well, like, financially, and like, it doesn't have to be anything big, okay? This is like, they were solid. They had themselves set up. They didn't like being around a lot of people because they may have felt that other people would, like, want things from them. In their past, they were very, very tall, well respected. They don't necessarily have to be physically tall. A lot of these people, because again, this is a general reading, so for a lot of the people who are watching this, it is somebody who is quite tall, somebody who is quite respected, and somebody who could see the opportunities of breaking through when things didn't work. I'm just trying to think of an example that I can relate. Yeah, so somebody who, when they saw things that were not working, they would generally cut things off, you know, and it's not that they wanted things to be like that, but they also did not want people to take advantage of them or try to change their minds, or, you know, they just had something about being around other people. They really enjoyed, like, a few close friends, and if you were a close friend of theirs, they really treated you well. If you were a family member, they cared for you. Okay, so again, this is a general reading for a few people. So I'm getting for some people that it was like an uncle who was, like not all loving and kind, but not distant either. Kind of more like respectful and responsible and for other people it would be like a father, grandfather, grandmother figure. And some people it's friends, but it's like if they were your family member, they weren't necessarily the huggy kissy kind of people. Okay, that's what I'm getting. It's like they they did things. They often showed appreciation through gifts or through like some kind of service, an act of service, but they weren't doting on people. They didn't give all of their time and energy to making people feel good. That wasn't necessarily a concern for them. Yeah, they wanted people to feel good, but it was more like they wanted people to feel good so that the people didn't bug them. Because they wanted to feel good. And they felt really good when people weren't bugging them. I know it sounds so weird. But either way, it was like these people, this person, again, was like very, very fiery. Could have like a hot, cold kind of temper. They took a lot, like, I don't know what happened in their like inner child time and whatnot, but they really felt that they needed to withdraw as they aged and take a lot of time for themselves and a lot of time to heal. Okay. If you want to communicate with this person, the message that you're getting is for you to actually like tune into them, allow yourself to be quiet and ask for them by name, specifically by name, ask for them and tune into the energy that you're feeling. When things calm down and they're quiet enough, this is a time that they can actually like touch you or talk to you. Allow yourself, one of the things I'm getting is to cry it out. And again, I'm getting messages channeled for everybody. So there's like a don't be a baby, but at the same time, free yourself from any of these feelings because you need some healing too so that they can communicate with you. And because they were not necessarily always the best with people, they want you to like actually allow yourself to be quiet. And if your emotions are too strong, they may not, like you may not hear them. Okay, so they want you to just like tune in and allow you to just be with whatever emotions that you're being with and things that you go through, and they can communicate with you, especially at this time of year. And again, this is a timeless reading. So even though I'm doing this at a very powerful time spiritually, this is a reading that you can take. Like if you're resonating with this reading, and if any of this is making sense, then this message is definitely for you. Okay, so if you need to cry so you can get emotions out, do that. If you need to like journal or scribble or sing or scream or play sports or like jog or run or anything that you need to do to get your emotions out so that you can be calm with yourself and allow their energy to come through, they will. If it was a partner, they will love and caress you, okay, and you'll actually be able to feel their touch. If it was an uncle, a relative, could be an aunt or a sister even. Some people, that's not for any like, it's not for everybody. There's a stronger energy for people who are uncles and friends and grandparents or fathers. But there are a few people who are watching this where it's like a sister or just a few people where it's a mother. But regardless, it's like you will feel that. And it's not in their life, it's not that they wanted to be like cold or anything. It's not that they wanted to be disassociated with people. It's that they had a hard time connecting with people. So they are actually asking for an opportunity to experience what it's like to connect with you on a deeper and closer level. Even if it's not a level that even if they're not here in the physical world with you, when you're able to be quiet and non-emotional and just be in peace, they will feel comfortable to connect with you. And call them by name. Okay, so what they're saying is like, this is a learning opportunity for you and for them, how you can connect with each other. All right, so you guys might not get it right away, but they are saying that they are supporting you with that, and they're willing to try so that you guys can have like a closer bond, even if it's after their passing. Okay, they want you to look at your finances more, but they want you to look at your finances more in the fact that if they had been doing more of what they loved to do in their life, they would have been a lot freer and a lot better able to be with people. Okay, but I'm getting the message that they were not doing what they loved. There may have been some components to it that they really enjoyed, but there was a lot of things that they were doing in their life for money and for career that they weren't thrilled with. And that again, and I'm getting that they were like ripped off at some point by people or whatever, like somehow they were screwed over. Could be an early childhood experience or some kind of trauma or whatever, but it's like they held on to their money and their financial stuff, and they watched it like they were a bit more controlling and possessive with their things than they would like to have been. And so their message for you is for you to just see what's see what is in your gut, in your mind, body, soul, like what's calling to you, and bring that more into your money situation. So like bring what you love to do into your life more and turn that into something that's making money for you. So you can also you can take care of your wealth and your prosperity, but oh my gosh, well, sometimes I get given words and I don't even want to say them. But I'm going to say this. Yeah, basically they don't want you to be such a dick about how you are working with your life and your money. They don't want it to control you the way it controlled them. That's what they're saying. They don't want your life to be ruled by you having to make money and not being happy because you're so focused on that. They really want you to get, wow, this is so perfect. Oh my God. So before I get into this, I'm going to finish that other one. But they really want you to get that your happiness is extremely important, and those relationships with people are extremely important because they did not fulfill on the things that they could have in their relationships. I mean, if you look at these two cards here, yeah, you've got the Emperor to the left, but you've also got the Two of Swords to the right, and both of them, there's like a black hole sun there. And it's like, this is them. They're like, they could kind of fume up, but they would also be like, there was a void in them. And so they're saying like, don't fall into the same trap they did. Okay. And again, you've got liberation here, which is it's talking about like how they want you to free yourself from this trap that they got themselves stuck in. And you've got the Two Swords here, and you've got the Two Swords here, and you've also got the physical me is materialized spirit. So they really want you to get that. Right now you're in the physical and they're not, but they're still spirit, and so are you. So they're saying that you can manifest this relationship with them even if they're past. And they really want you to practice and try because they want to liberate themselves from this bondage that they had for who they were in their life. Okay, they were very much controlled by the clock and by the dollar and stuff like that, and they really want to connect with you and discover something new. Like they're really, really excited about it. It's funny because the energy has completely shifted. It's like now they've told you like what's on their mind, and now it's like they want to actually have this with you. Like they want to get to know you. Like they can see things that you're doing and they can connect with you and all that, but there's no like the back and forth communication with them and you is not there. And if it's there, it's very minimal. So they really want to be able to connect with you and discover who you are and have both of you free yourselves. They also want to know if there's any pain from things that have happened with you regarding their passing. They want you to be freed from that because they believe that when you start communicating with them, that your grief and sadness is going to go away because you're going to understand that there's something much bigger and something that's way more at play than what you've experienced so far. So they're really looking forward to connecting with you. Like, they're really, really, really eager to be able to share your mind and soul and stuff, and just be able to like live some joyous experiences with you, just even through like communication. Like they want you to start writing a dream journal to keep like pay attention to songs and dreams and things like that, and they're going to start to communicate through messages for you. So if you can't actually hear them or feel them yet, start to pay attention to signs, things that were important to them, maybe birds or golf, or, you know, there are some strange things coming in. There are a bunch of them that are coming in. Tools, you know, so there are lots of different things that are coming in. Hockey, basketball, band. Yeah. The last message I'm getting for you is to think about something that they used to enjoy as a hobby, and for you to go and do something like that and allow yourself to have fun with it, because when you're just like enjoying yourself with something they loved to do, it's like kind of like a portal or a gateway for them to connect with you, even if it's only for a moment or two. That's what they want you to know. Okay, that is all I have for you, group number 2. I really hope you liked this reading. Again, this is my first time channeling for the collective with deceased people. If you want to have more information on who this person was or specifics, or maybe there's somebody you're looking to connect with, let me know. You can make an appointment with me in my calendar. The link is down below. Okay. Yeah, and also when you do book an appointment, if you don't see the exact type of appointment that you want to make, just write in the, like, it'll give you the kind of a questionnaire where you can fill in some of the questions you're looking for. Just let me know exactly what you're looking for, and then I can try to help you out with that. Okay? Thanks so much, and have an awesome day. All right, group number 3. If you chose pile number 3, this is your reading. We are channeling what messages, first off, like what people who have passed, what deceased people want to communicate with you, and what messages they have for you. Okay? So, for group number 3, what messages do you have for group number 3? That's too many, Spirit. All right, what messages do you have for group number 3? Messages for group number 3. Okay, great. Thank you. I'm going to pull a few more, okay, just what I'm guided to. And then I will tell you everything that you got, all right? For group number 3, messages from deceased person. Okay. All right, I hope you can see all of these cards. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I'm like getting goosebumps. Okay. Oh my gosh, I have so many goosebumps all over my entire body. All right, this is somebody you were very close to. Very, very close to. Today is actually a blue moon. First card I pulled is a blue moon. They said believe in the impossible. All right. In the center of your reading, you've got the 3 of Swords. Like, this is like heartbreak, turmoil, and betrayal. All right. So you've also got the Ace of Cups, like love's beginnings in inverse. Like, they understand how much you're hurting and how much you're missing them. Again, this is a general reading, so if this doesn't resonate for you, then tune into another reading. If you were drawn here anyways, trust that there's something in here for you, okay? But what I'm getting from this is, like, this was like a lover, a best friend, somebody, it could be a parent, but it's like somebody who you were so close to, right? They have been sensing that lately you have not felt like you're good enough. You've been, first off, you've been missing them a lot. Like, I'm about to bawl my eyes out how I'm feeling right now with this. And it's like a very deep and beautiful connection. Like, they really see you, or you saw them, as the star. Somebody who is like so full of peace and hope, you know, very, very smart, very creative, very beautiful, bright and colorful and cheery. It's like there was something about your connection that was just so gorgeous. I'm getting the word bubbly, okay? Also, they want you to know, like, this is a message they really want you to get, that you have everything in your life possible for a happy and healthy home, all right? If things have been really hard for you, they're not going to be hard for you for like forever. This is like a hiccup, a blip in time in the grand scheme of things. Like, they want to tell you that even though like it seems like for some people it's like it seems forever since they passed, or like time's never gonna, like they can't, that some of the people can't move forward in their lives without these people and stuff. It's like either time has slowed down, or it's like they can't move on very easily. They're stuck in the past. Again, this is general reading, so I'm going to be like channeling like different messages that are going to resonate for different people, but I'm going to share all the ones that I get, okay? What they're letting you know is that in your future, in your fairly near future, actually, you're going to have a happy, healthy home. Like, you're going to have everything you need to make that beautiful nest that you want. Things may feel hard now, but they're not going to be like that forever. They want you to understand that they are still together with you, even if you don't feel it, okay? They're saying that in the grand scheme of things, because we're all spiritual beings, like this lifetime and what you guys are going through is like a tiny little blip in the time frame. Like, it's like a very, very short time. So in you, with what you're dealing with here on earth, it feels like a long time. For them in the spiritual realm, it's just like, whoop, okay? Because they know that you guys are connected on a soul level. So even if you're not physically together anymore, it's like you guys are coming back together in the spiritual realm anyways. So they want you to trust that, and they want you to connect with them more. They also want to tell you that you have the strength to carry on and go through any of this. You know, and I'm getting that you've been going through a big grieving process, okay? And you don't know if you're strong enough, and you don't know if you're good enough, and you don't know if you'll find love like that again, and you don't know all of these things. And they really want you to believe in the impossible, because they know everything's possible. They know it. I'm like crying, okay? And I looked up, and I don't know if you can see this, but I looked up at my artwork underneath, and I saw harmony. And I thought, I sleep peacefully. All is well. So here's the thing. This is the very first reading I've ever actually stopped to read these things that are here. But it's like, the words that have stuck out are, I am peaceful, I sleep peacefully, all is well, and harmony. They want you to be in harmony with your own life. They want you to be in harmony with them. They are not here in the spiritual or in the physical realm anymore. But they are here in the spiritual realm, and you are able to connect with them. They want you to reach out more. They want you to get, okay, so here's a picture, and there's this kid, and he's sitting by a rock, and there's an angel who's flying down. But what I'm going to say to you is what the message they're trying to give you. They're trying to send you messages. They're trying to send you messages, and you're not getting them because you're stuck in this grief thing. You're stuck in this heartache and this sadness, and not even knowing if things are going to get better. To the point that they were. I mean, you had this beautiful person in your life, and they really were beautiful, but they really want you to get your own beauty, and they also want you to get out of this energy, because this energy is actually keeping you from achieving this. All right, and they know, like they are sitting there, and the messages I'm getting is like, you are so bright, and you are so powerful, and you're so beautiful, and you have everything it takes, and go out there and get the people you want in your life. Get the life you want, because you're so worth it. And I'm channeling this totally. If you could only see what I can see and what they could see, you would never be stopped by any of this stuff again. It's like this sadness has to stop. They want to tell you the sadness has to stop. I know that some people watching this are denying that they're really holding a lot of grief. And the spirit is saying, like, look deeper than that, because you are. You are. If you looked really deep within yourself, there's still a lot of heartache that you're not necessarily looking at, that you do need to heal from. Okay? And it doesn't take you a long time to heal. They want to tell you that the healing process for you is really going out and living your life. They want you to go out and live your life. They want you to connect with them and have fun. Yeah, your message is like, you're a freaking wonderful person. Have fun. You're good enough. And believe in your dreams and everything. Believe that you will have this type of connection again, because you really will. You may see it as impossible, but they're saying, that's not impossible. That's not impossible at all. You've got this. All right? And they are supporting you. Right? So that's what I have for you, group number 3. If you want any specific questions answered, please connect with me. My information is down below in the description box. Okay? Thanks. All right, if you chose pile number 4, this is your reading. So I'm going to be like pulling the cards at the same time. We are channeling messages from the deceased, okay? So in the first 3 piles, it's only been one person that's come through for each pile. There may be piles that more than one person is coming through, but if you listen to a pile and it totally doesn't resonate, make sure you check another pile. But if there's somewhat resonance to it, then listen to the whole thing, because you'll get to hear some kind of message for you, okay? Because this is a general reading for the collective, so not everything's going to be perfect for everyone, because again, I'm reading for so many people. But yes, let's see who we can channel for you and what messages are for you. All right. All right. Messages from deceased person or people for pile number 4. Group number 4. What messages do you have? Who wants to communicate with you? Thank you, Spirit. Who wants to communicate with you? Who wants to communicate with you? All right. I'm going to just pull the cards that I'm guided to pull, okay? Because there are a few messages for group number 4. And anything else, Spirit? One more. Group number 4. You got a lot of cards. Compared to the other piles, you got a lot. And I'm actually just going to double check that my camera is still recording. Yay, it is. All right. So group number 4, let's see what you got for your cards. You got your hard work is paying off. You got emotions are running high, the supermoon in inverse. You got the new moon in Capricorn. You got bring love into the situation in reverse, new moon in Aquarius. You got a time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. You got my attention to unwanted attracts more unwanted to the left. Shortages of time or money are perceptual to the right. I can always tell a different financial abundance story, upright. My life is as good as I allow it to be in inverse. Prosperity lies ahead in inverse. That's the new moon in Taurus. You got the sun to the right. You got the 2 of Wands to the left. The King of Cups to the right. And the Queen of Swords to the left. And I hope you can see all of this, okay? Because that's a lot of cards. Forgive me, for some reason I want to cough with this one. Okay. Yeah, and then I saw this person here, and perhaps your person drank coffee, okay? I know a lot of people drink coffee, but a lot of people don't. So, yes. All right, give me a moment to tune into this energy, and I will channel messages. Okay, so I'm getting from this one that there's actually 2 people here. 2 people who have passed. And I'm getting that for a few reasons. It's like you've got feminine and masculine, and then you've got a few people looking at each other here, and again, you've got like feminine, masculine, you've got different colors. You've got 2 people in this card. Like I'm getting the message that there are 2 people here, and that one is a feminine person. Okay, it could be a woman, or it could be just somebody who has a lot of feminine qualities. And you do have a masculine. And strangely, I'm thinking like for this one, it's like a child, actually. And it might not be a child, but it's like somebody who's very childlike, who likes to play. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do my best to channel these messages, and hopefully I don't mix up the messages from the one person and the other, but forgive me if I do. Again, I'm new at channeling to a collective for something like this. Like normally I would do something specific for a specific person. So let's see how this goes. You are being acknowledged for the fact that you do work hard. You're a hard worker. This person, so the masculine one was a very hard worker, and they respect you for being somebody who works hard, who puts in time and energy into things that that you see are important. Okay. They also see that you had a lot of negative thoughts. Okay. And they are recognizing this because in their life they had a lot of negative thoughts, and that actually was something that ended up causing them a lot of turmoil and stress, right? They want to tell you that your life and your material world should not be controlled by if you look at this card here, It's like there are two people looking at each other, one person in the middle, but really the eyeballs are looking to the left or looking to the past. And they're saying that life is really all about like breathing in wonder and joy, and allowing your inner essence to radiate outward. They're looking into the past and saying that they didn't tell the best financial story. I'm getting this person, they worked hard, but they didn't make a lot of money. You know, they wish that they had have had some of these secrets ahead of time, because they might have died a little before their time. Okay. And they were a wonderful person. Absolutely wonderful. I'm getting like, I'm getting the energy of somebody who would be like, you know, a social person, like somebody who would either be like the person who brings like family together, or somebody who would like coach a team or something, somebody who, even though they were a masculine person, it was almost like they believed in people and they supported people, and they really saw the best in people. So they really tried to connect people. They were a connector. Okay. This person was a connector, and they worked hard, and they always tried to look at the bright side of things. They really, yeah, they were just really, really wonderful people. Looking back, they see a lot of things that they could have done differently. And so what they're wanting to tell you is that even though they were a connector and they saw the bright sides in other people, they didn't always see the bright side in themselves. So therefore, some of the things that they attracted for their lives was like they wanted to free themselves, but in their own mind they were focused on other people and making other people's lives better, but not necessarily on their own. They wanted to make their own better, but in their mind they saw things kind of pessimistically, like things wouldn't come about and things wouldn't take shape and wouldn't happen. And therefore, because they had doubt and they believed that that there was like too little time or too little money, they, you know, it actually negatively impacted them. And they're trying to tell you that there is time and there is money, and that it's perception. They're trying to tell you for your future not to hold on to these things, because like you can always tell a different financial story, and they want you to learn from their past. Like they worked hard. It was like a hamster on a wheel. They worked hard. They did a lot of things that they had to do. They tried to keep everything together for everybody. They really tried to make a difference for people. They are not saying they wasted their life. They're saying that they wish they had more time with you, and more time with friends, and more time to go out and do things that they enjoyed. And they wanted to achieve some of the goals that they had. They did achieve some, but they wanted to achieve more. Okay. So, they're getting that when they worked hard on things, it did pay off, and they're wanting to acknowledge you for working hard, but they're also wanting to tell you that you can tell a different financial abundance story to yourself than they did with them. Okay, they had sometimes like a lack mentality. Okay, not sometimes. Spirit is telling me they often had a lack mentality. They wouldn't necessarily have told everybody else that, because they wanted to be like the person who lit everybody else up and was like there to be their sunshine, to be their cheerleader, to make a difference for them. But really, see this card in inverse, the prosperity lies ahead. They couldn't see that. And this lack of seeing the prosperity had them work harder and harder and harder, and they think that ultimately it caused them to like let their emotions get the better of them, and that they didn't live as long as they would have liked to. Nothing's wrong, because like I was just saying this in the last reading, it's like in the grand scheme of life, it's just like our lifetime is like a blip in the whole bigger picture. It's like you're a spiritual being, they're a spiritual being. But again, hindsight, right? So after living this life and they have hindsight, they're trying to give you some advice for your life. All right. So yeah, I'm going to just channel what I get from the feminine part first, and then I'm going to come like next, and then I'm going to come back to it. Okay. Oh man. So many of these cards tie in together for both of them. Okay. So, just give me a moment to tune in with the feminine. Now, you know what? I'm actually getting that this is one person. I thought it was two people at first, because there was the masculine and the feminine. But I actually think it's only one person, and I believe the fact that they were highly intelligent and creative, but they really got stuck in this energy, right? And I'll tell you why. And again, this is a general reading. So when I tell these things, if it for you applies to 2 people in your life, like if you're like, oh, well, that sounds like that person and that sounds like that person, then that would make sense. Okay. But there's so many of these things in both the feminine part of this and the masculine part of this that relate. So it might actually be 2 people here who are channeling messages for you or like to you. Okay. So it's a little different than the other readings, but both of them are saying not to allow the time money thing to get in the way of your future. All right. They're also saying that, so the 2 of Swords, oh yeah, they don't want you to be like them. That's what I'm getting. They don't want you to be like them because they were very, very determined and, you know, sometimes forceful, and they were direct, and sometimes they said things that were like really hurtful, not meaning to. It was like they just wanted to keep everything together, and they wanted to make sure everything went good. So it's not like they were trying to be jerkish or anything, but this is it. They also want you to look to your future as being like, they want you to have a more open mind. Okay. They had an open mind in the fact that they could be with people and deal with people, and they really were a people person. But they want you to have a more open mind to the fact that things are not always the way that we think they are. All right. So there's a lot of like, most people, like, we've been trained to think that time is linear and money is linear and all of that. And they're saying that if they knew then what they know now, they wouldn't be spending so much time working so hard or focusing. For the people who do have 2 people, one of the things is like, I'm getting a feminine person who, you know, she allowed people to, well, again, there's like 2 messages coming in. So this could be for more people. Okay. So one of these feminine energies is like somebody who is an extreme giver to the point that it was challenging for them. Like they gave too much. And then there's somebody else who actually, was somebody who had no problem taking and didn't give very easily. All right. So if either of those resonate with you, with some kind of person with a female energy, that might be the case. Okay. Again, oh, this is actually challenging to do when I know there's different people coming through. It's very, very interesting. Okay, so let me just tune into that energy. Because I thought it was 2 people, and then I thought it was 1, and now I'm thinking it's 2. All right, let me feel it. Okay, so I was guided to these cards. I closed my eyes and I felt everything, and this is where I was guided. So yeah, this person, they wanted everything their way, and they wouldn't let their life necessarily get better because they thought that other people had to be servants to them, or you know, if they were to give things, they would give something with the expectation of it having to come back. You know, they weren't just giving because they wanted to give. They were giving because it was like, okay, well, if I do this, then I'm going to get something back and whatnot. And it's not necessarily that they were selfish. It's that they didn't understand the spiritual law, right? There is a law of reciprocity, which they got, and that's why they were giving, so that they could like have things returned to them, like favors and whatnot. But they kept tally, they kept score, they paid attention to who had what, and they were quite self-centered, actually. This is the feminine person that's coming through. They didn't recognize that love was the answer for everything. So where they felt they needed to like fill something within themselves, like fill some kind of void, they now look at all these new moons. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 new moons here. Okay. But they felt like there was like this major void inside them that needed to be filled. Okay. And I'm getting, possibly even for some of the people watching this video, that this might have even been a couple who passed. Okay. So there's like one person who works very hard, tries to do everything for everybody, you know, and there's somebody else who's really like, you know what, me. And it's not that they were bad people. Okay. Because I get they were actually very caring people. And they wanted to make a difference for people, but they were self-centered in the way that they did it. And if they had have understood that love was at the basis of everything, and if they had have just like given love, just given love for the reason, like no reason at all other than to give love, they would have had that void filled and not been so selfish. So like I'm getting from this person that they're like telling you that they lived their life very selfishly, and that they wish that they didn't, and they tried to control things. And yeah, so there's two very different energies coming through. And when they look back, they were really sharp-tongued. They had to have it their way or the highway. And they looked good. They looked great. They looked fantastic. They were often complimented on the way they looked, either the colors they wore. Again, this is not for everybody, so it could be a male person or a female or any gender, but some people, it's like they were complimented on their outfits or the lipstick they wore or anything like that. And again, it was like they were stingy. So both people are trying to tell you not to get so hung up on this lack mentality. Like this feminine aspect, or this feminine person, is saying that they were like convinced that they didn't have enough. They needed more. They needed more time. They needed more money. They needed more love. They needed more like pleasure. They needed more things. They just needed more. It was like it didn't matter how much you gave to this person. There was always something missing, and therefore they were always trying to obtain more. They're telling you not to spend your life thinking that you need more. Getting yourself stuck in that trap of needing more is actually a trap. They're like, you'll never get out of that. So don't think about what you need more of, or how to get more, or how to get better, or any of that. It's like, think about what feels right and good for you. All right. Okay. So this person is telling you not to get stuck on that, like, mentality that you have to have things better or more or whatever, because it becomes like a rat race. And again, it's like one person in this dynamic is doing so much to like make everything good for everybody else, and this other person is doing so much just to have this void filled, right? And they're saying that all of that causes stress and emotions, and it builds, right? So in 4 of these cards, you've got the new moon, or this void, right? Like it's like you can't see, it's all black. And this other one is like a humongous super moon that you can see fully, and it's big and beautiful and bright. And they're saying that like both of them have the similar message for you. It's like, don't believe all of this rushness and this need to perfect and perform and please everybody. Both of them have that same message for you in a different way. They really want you to get that your life will be as good as you allow it to be. So if you're thinking that you don't have enough, you're going to spend all of your time and energy and money and everything trying to get more. And if you think that you have enough, then you're going to be able to spend more of your time and energy feeling at peace. Okay? If you don't think you're good enough, you're going to be trying to get better. If you don't think you, like, anything about enough is going to have you stuck in this trap. So they're saying, don't think about that. It's all lack mentality. There is no shortage of time or money, and that everything is obtainable to you. All you have to do is shift your perspective, tell a different financial abundance story, and you will have all of the prosperity, and you'll have the relationships that you want, and you'll still be able to speak your mind, and you will be the sun. You will have the bright goodness and all of the things that you want, okay? So those are your messages from, I can't tell if it's 1 or 2. I think it's 2. But it could be like somebody that has both, but I'm pretty sure it's actually 2 people coming. That was really cool. That was really interesting. I'm glad you stuck around for it. Please let me know what you think in the description box, and whether or not you know who these people might be, who are your ancestors or past loved ones who have messages for you, okay? All right, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. All right, if you chose pile number 5, group number 5, this is your reading. We are channeling messages from deceased people. So it could be loved ones, it could be people that you knew, or just people that you heard about, but somewhere in your life or relative to your life. These are messages for you. So let's get into it. All right, what messages are there from a deceased person or persons for group number 5? Okay, yeah, there's another one. That's the one. So I'm just pulling these cards as I'm being guided to pull them, okay? Because the Spirit directs me, and I just listen. Okay. So I'm going to pull all of the cards for you. And then we're going to find out what messages there are for you from the deceased. Okay, that's the one. And anything else? No, there's not anything else. So, I always wondered when people did their readings why they organize things in certain ways, and now I know it's really just what Spirit is guiding you to do. Okay, so this is the reason for it. Okay, so hopefully you can see all of these cards here, and you've got a lot of like pinks and oranges and yellows. You've also got like a little bit of darkness and green at the beginning, so this is really cool. Okay, so your cards, nothing will come out of this situation. It's a void of course moon in inverse. It's got prosperity lies ahead at the beginning of this, new moon in Taurus. You've got intuition or the owl to the right, number 58. You've got there is no shortage of time or money, number 36. To the right, you've got flamingo or community upright, which is 19. You've got 26 upright and 27 to the right. Compassion, which is upright, and fortune to the right. So right off the bat, okay, some of those numbers may have resonated with you. And I didn't read the numbers in the other ones, but I felt called to. So either somebody like, the numbers might be meaningful for you. It could be like a birthday, or maybe somebody passed on that day, or it was somebody's age, okay? But those numbers are 58, 36, 19, 26, and 27. Also, what stands out right off the bat is that prosperity lies ahead is at the beginning, and you've got fortune going to the right at the end, okay? So this person is somebody who is wealthy, or somebody who thought about money a lot, or somebody who is really concerned in the spiritual world about you and your finances. A lot of it has to do with connecting. Like this person is somebody who you saw as very, very wise. Somebody who, a mentor, a guide, somebody who had a lot of knowledge, who could tell you a lot of things, but also who had a lot of their stuff together. All right. This is somebody who was very well respected in the community. They were very compassionate towards people. They somehow were able to do a lot of things in their life with less time or resources or things than other people would have imagined. People would look at them and be like, how did you do that? And this person is a very solid, grounded person and is a leader. They want you to know that even though they passed, nothing has changed for them. Like they're really still solid and grounded, and they are very, very fortunate. They recognize how fortunate they are, and they recognize how fortunate you are. All right. So few things that are happening. They want you to get very connected with your root chakra and with your sacral and with your solar plexus. Okay. This is a message for you. Oh, another thing is to pay attention to your like the messages that you're getting, because they're trying to be part of your spiritual team and your community. They're trying to send you messages intuitively for you to be able to live as abundantly as they did, or to be able to amass fortune or grow your business. This is somebody who's very, very wise. Okay, they have lived multiple times and multiple generations, and they have a very, very pure, clean soul. I am getting that they had to go through a lot of stuff for that to, like they went through a lot of things, but then they made all of that stuff mean nothing. It's like they're like, okay, great. And all that stuff happened, and what do I want? So they really they came from their heart when they spoke and when they did things, and they stood in their own inner power and knowing. All right. So they want you to follow their footsteps in the fact that they were strong in who they are, and they want you to be and stay strong in who you are. Okay. They want you to understand that there's no shortage of time or money. There's none. It's, you know, you could do anything that you want and you would still have time and money to be able to do other things. All right. So it may not feel like that for you right now, but they're telling you clear your energy and your chakra system and just focus on that balancing of your, aligning yourself. That's what they want. They want you to align yourself. They want you to trust your intuition. You have the answers. You know the answers, and they know that you know the answers. So they want you to stop listening to those little thoughts in your head that are like ignoring those times when you're like, oh, I know the answer. But then you're like, yeah, I'm just going to brush that away and do something else. They want you to pay attention to those little nudges that you're getting, because they're saying that you are getting more and more in your own power, and that you will have a mass fortune soon. Like they're really letting you know that one of the answers for you is to build a community around you. Build a community around you and show how compassionate and kind you are. Not because you need to. You know, it's not a front or a face that you're putting on. It's like, that's who you really are. And they know that's who you really are. So they're just trying to help you align with yourself. And because you're going to be aligned with yourself, your community is going to stand strong and support you. And this ends up being like this beautiful little arrow. And it starts with like prosperity lies ahead and it ends with fortune. They are telling you to see how fortunate you are and see the vision before you even go there, because you really are very fortunate. This is not necessarily a rags to riches story. For a lot of you watching, it is a rags to riches story, and your ancestor or the person who passed, who is, I'm getting that they were somebody who is quite important in your life, and they wanted to see what was best for you. And this is them coming through and telling you like, this is what's best for you. Nothing's going to come out of these like little hiccups or these things that didn't work for you. Like, just let go of all that stuff that's in the past. It's like, it's done. It's done. It's void, null and void. Those experiences that didn't work, they're done. They're over. That person that hurt you, done, over. It's like, none of that is going to make a hill of beans difference. You're headed for success anyways. So focus on your intuition. Listen to those inner knowings. This person who has passed is actually one of your guides, and they're guiding you. You've got an entire community of guides like helping you and supporting you. And they know that who you are is a compassionate person, and that by you supporting others, it's naturally going to lead to your success. And that they're just telling you how close you are to achieving your goal and to never stop. Like, they're like, never stop. You know, it's a lot of fun. They had fun playing the game, and they're having fun playing the game on the spiritual side, and they want you to have fun playing the game on this side. So turn it into a game, really let it rip, trust that inner knowing. Again, like, you're very creative, you're highly intuitive, you're really like, yeah, you gotta trust that inner knowing, and remember that everything comes from your heart. Okay, if you can think of it, you can achieve it. Okay, just understand, it's like you have that thought, and you just have to like let it out to the world. You see this person, and they've got their thoughts in their mind, and they're just like letting it go, and their thoughts are creating. So there's no shortage of time or money. You can actually accomplish all of it with ease and with grace. Allow the divine in. Follow that inner guidance, and you will be amassing a large fortune very soon. All right, that is what I have for you, group number 5. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope you actually know who that person was, and if not, yeah, I'm really glad that they communicated with you. That was an amazing reading. Please let me know in your comments below. Tell me if you want to see something else like this again, because this was my very first time ever channeling for a collective, channeling a person, a deceased person. Okay, so I'm pretty stoked about it, and all of the piles were different. So if this pile did not resonate with you, feel free to choose another pile, and I wish you an amazing day. Thanks.